Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today I want to talk a little bit about Adaptimmune Therapeutics PLC. This is ticker symbol ADAP. And the reason we're talking about this stock today is, as you guys can see over here, it is up right around 29% on the day. This thing closed yesterday at $4.94. Opened today at $6.09. Closed right around $6.37. Such a big jump up, $1.43 in just a single day. After hours, it's down around 0.5%, but overall, it's staying pretty stable. It's kind of trading sideways. So things are still looking really good for ADAP. And yeah, this is just kind of surprising. This is a day where the S&P was actually down, 0.3, 0.4%. And so if you're able to be up 30% on a day where the S&P is down, I mean, if the S&P was up, this could have been an even bigger gain. Just when the whole market is humming overall, things do a little bit better. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about what exactly happened to ADAP, why it popped so hard, why it popped so fast, and maybe what the future has in store for this company, for this stock, and for shareholders, investors, and everyone in the market in the coming future. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We're closing in on 1,100 subscribers. Each of those little milestones is really cool to hit. And check out the links in the description below for free stocks on Robinhood, Webull, all that stuff. With that being said, let's get right into this one. Again, ADAP, obviously a therapeutics company. These are going to be very volatile. These are going to be all over the place. We talk about small companies a lot on this channel, and this one isn't big, but it's not ridiculously tiny. They're closing in on a $1 billion market cap. When we look at the year to date for this stock, it's getting close to, maybe like its year to date highs. Obviously, back in February, it was a little bit higher. I can see 683 here on the graph, but ever since February, it's just been kind of down and down and down and down and down. Before recently in August, it maybe found its bottom around $3.40. And since then, it had a little jump in mid-August. It had a little jump in late August, and now it's having a little jump in early September. And it's maybe had a little bit of a momentum change. It's maybe had a change of direction. Things are maybe on the up and up for ADAP, like they are for a lot of these smaller cap stocks that were beaten down over the course of March, April, May. These things were tough. If you were in smaller market cap stocks, it was really hard for you to make money over the last couple of months. It was really hard for you to even stay even in your money. Most people were losing money in these smaller volatile stocks. But again, people who were buying the dip, people who were accumulating shares in these small companies that they believed in, they have been able to make up for it and then some now that these stocks are starting to rip once again. But the story with ADAP specifically comes to us from Fool.com. This is the Motley Fool. Why Adaptimmune Therapeutics stock is bolting higher today. A major licensing deal with cancer giant Roche is pushing the biotech's shares higher this morning. So what happened here from George Budwell here, the author of this article. He says that shares of the clinical stage biotech Adaptimmune Therapeutics popped by as much as 25% in pre-market trading Tuesday morning. The cancer specialist stock is on the move this morning in response to a licensing and collaboration agreement with Roche's subsidiary Genentech. Per the terms of the deal, Adaptimmune will receive $150 million upfront to develop and subsequently commercialize so-called off-the-shelf allogenic cell therapies targeting multiple oncology indications. So this is all dealing with, cancer. The biotech might also receive another $150 million based on various developmental, regulatory, and commercial milestones over the next 5 years. So it's not a super long-term deal, but 5 years, especially when you're talking about small market cap, volatile companies, 5 years is a pretty long-term, time horizon. I would say it's kind of like a medium-term deal. It's not a 1 year deal. It's not a 2 year deal, but you're talking about 5 years here. You're also talking about a potential $300 million deal for, again, a company that's valued at right around $1 billion right now. So $300 million, that's a pretty big deal for a company worth $1 billion. This could be very significant, and obviously you see why investors are excited. You see why the company pops so much. But yeah. Lastly, the Adaptimmune is in line to earn tiered royalties on the net sales of any approved products stemming from this collaboration. So again, another chance for them to be making some money, getting that revenue up, getting those sales up. That could be very, very good. The two companies noted in the morning's press release that the total aggregate value of the deal may potentially exceed $3 billion. That's a sizable chunk of change for a biotech that had a market cap of around $600 million less than a month ago. So yeah, when you put it that way, when you factor in all the royalties and everything involved, yeah, this is a $3 billion deal. You could be getting $3 billion right now when the company is valued at less than $1 billion. Yes, this is over the course of 5 years. Yes, it will take some time to see how good this deal is going to be, exactly how much money, revenue, sales, all that stuff they're going to be able to do with it. If ADAP is actually able to spend that $150 million well, spend it wisely, if they're able to develop, any kind of breakthrough drugs in the oncology world, or develop anything that people are actually going to want to buy and pay for and use, and any treatments that are going to be successful, if they don't hit hiccups down the road, if they're actually able to get things approved and have successful trials and do something that's worthwhile and not just blow a bunch of money. Because just because you have money is great, but you also need to, do something with that money, because every once in a while you see these big R&D budgets and they can lead through breakthroughs. They can do life-changing things, but they can also be squandered, and we see companies all the time that are just burning money, just kind of throwing it away hand over fist. So there is a lot of potential reward, but having a bunch of money can be a big risk as well if you're going to go spend a bunch of money. Usually it's exciting. People are going to get hyped up and excited. Maybe it's maybe the news is a bigger deal than what's actually going to happen. Maybe the stock's getting a little ahead of itself. Maybe it's getting a little overvalued right now. But it at least looks like an interesting opportunity. The potential is at least there. They do say here that perhaps most importantly, Roche's decision to back Adaptimmune's novel cell therapy platform is a major vote of confidence. Again, another thing that's going to add some legitimacy to this company, to this stock, and get shareholders and get investors excited. So right here, Roche, after all, is one of the biggest players in the field of oncology. So again, that is a very, very big deal to kind of get the backing of them, for them to even, believe in your company enough to want to throw some money at you. Is Adaptimmune stock still a buy after this early morning move? The answer is most definitely a yes. This is what, the Motley Fool is saying. Even after this double-digit move higher, Adaptimmune's market cap is still under $1 billion, while the biotech's cell therapy platform is yet to be fully validated via regulatory approval. Adaptimmune sports a series of high-value clinical and regulatory catalysts over the next year, and that's a big deal, especially with these smaller cap companies, these stocks that are super, super volatile. If you have catalysts, if you have very, very clear indicators and events that give the stock a potential to jump, to pop, like regulatory approval of some of their systems or some of their drugs or whatever, those can be very, very just great things ahead for investors. If you get in before these big catalysts, if you get in before some of the hype, before some of the big news, you can really catch some of these massive run-ups, because in some of these small cap biotech companies, we see 100, 200, 300% days, because getting approval, the difference between getting approval and not getting approval can be astronomical. It can be, exponential for some of these companies. Obviously, with that big reward, again, comes very, very big risk, because if you don't get those things, you see the opposite on the downside. But if volatility, if risk is your thing, then, maybe ADAP is a company you want to look into. Maybe you want to do some more research about them, and maybe you want to make a decision from there. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about ADAP. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!